Hello, daughters, and welcome to Discernment Meditations with Delores, the pastor's daughter. To begin, please bring kind awareness to your mind, to your body, and to your spirit. Today's meditation is entitled Guided Meditation for Mindful Discernment, Unveiling Conscious Awareness. Embark on a journey of conscious awareness with this traditional mindfulness practice. In the whirlwind of daily life, our emotions and thoughts often act swiftly, steering our reactions in unexpected ways. This meditation aims to awaken your awareness, providing discernment in the face of the unconscious stream of thoughts, emotions, and sensations. In a world where our responses are often hijacked by fleeting thoughts and emotions, this practice empowers you to reclaim control. By noticing, naming, and ultimately discerning these internal processes, you create space for intentional responses rather than impulsive reactions. To begin, find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down, and close your eyes. Allow your attention to gently scan your body for physical sensations, acknowledging cold or heat, tightness or relaxation. Start noticing thoughts or emotions passing through. As you observe, name what you notice with one word: thinking, feeling, or sensations. Avoid self-judgment or criticism. Add a label. Congratulate yourself for noticing and observe what unfolds next. This simple step creates a space between you and your experiences, offering the choice to follow or let them be. Extend your awareness to treat all your thoughts as just thoughts and all emotions as just emotions. Whether it's a mundane thought about dinner or a profound emotion about income loss, acknowledge them as noticed and named, fleeting experiences. Recognize the impermanence of thoughts and emotions. They come from somewhere and disappear again, regardless of their content. Hidden in the first two steps, this phase unveils a part of you that isn't entangled in thoughts. As you notice and name, sense the awareness that witnesses experiences without being caught in them. This witnessing awareness is a refuge, offering calm and peace. This practice, with practice, it becomes familiar, providing relief to those occasionally overwhelmed by troubling thoughts and emotions. The two wings of this practice empower you in challenging times. The first wing teaches a lighter touch on thoughts and feelings, allowing them to move freely. The second wing connects you with a calm ever-present space within, an oasis in hard times that becomes more accessible with regular practice. Consider any thoughts or feelings challenging to label and move on from. Reflect on your ability to sense the witnessing space within you that notices and names experiences. Explore the impact of this practice on your discernment and resilience. Thank you for tuning into Discernment Meditations with Delores, the pastor's daughter. I love you. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Please like, share, and subscribe. And have a discerning day. Bye-bye for now. Good morning. Woo, child. Good morning. We are here, honey. Oh, child. We are here. We are here. It's one of those mornings, y'all. And it's going to be like this from time to time. It's going to be like this from time to time where you're like, I'm just glad I'm here. Let's just be happy we're here this morning. Today is February the 24th, 2026. What we got today? You are limitless. You are limitless. That'll preach too, y'all. You are limitless. You know what I discovered, y'all? Seriously, I am my only limit. Okay? I am my own limitation. So sometimes if you get out of your own way, yep, that's where the limitless part comes in. So y'all, we are on chapter 2. Go ahead and get your writing supplies together, which you should already have together. But if you were participating in the meditation, then I could understand if you're not quite ready yet. But let's go ahead and get our supplies together. We got about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and cue up the timer for us. Don't y'all love that timer though? I was like, that's just so smart, so brilliant, just to make some timers. A whole channel of timers, y'all. That's why the quote for the day, "You are limitless," is like that really speaks when you think about someone really created a channel of just timers, y'all. And they have a major following. Like there's a lot of people who are following the page and who are subscribed to that page. So just think about it. Think about how we complicate things. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. We complicate things. We make it like just a lot more than what it even needs to be when we could just keep it simple. Like as simple as making a channel of timers, y'all. Like, and I just absolutely love it. I'm just so grateful that somebody did that. So just think about how someone one day is going to say, I'm so grateful that she did that. I'm so grateful that she created this channel just for this purpose. You know what I mean? Like, just think about how major that can be for you, especially after doing these sessions and, being consistent, creating. You get so much clarity from these sessions. Just by writing, you get clarity, But we are intentional about what we're doing over here. So which is why I'm gonna go ahead and go over to chapter 2, which is discernment is your writing compass. Okay, makes a whole lot of sense for that to be chapter 2, because that's what we need to go ahead and establish in the beginning. And again, you guys, this manual comes with journal pages and everything, right? So there's a prompt here, an action step, and you read the action step write down your thoughts, your discerning thoughts. Discernment is your writing compass. Discernment is the difference between writing a memoir and writing a reaction. Listen, discernment is the difference between writing a memoir and writing a reaction. You need clarity, not chaos. You need truth, not emotional overflow. You need insight, not impulse. Okay? So keep that in mind as we're writing today. Next is writing from emotion alone can do what? Blur the details, intensify the wounds, distort your perspective, and push you into venting instead of storytelling. There's a difference. Think about it. Think about that difference. Think about how stark that difference is. But with discernment, you're not even able to decipher that. You're not able to see the difference between those things. And that's what is going to be your key to being a discerning writer, right? Being a discerning writer means that you start with discernment, you continue with discernment, you end with discernment. Okay? So keep that in mind as you're writing today. I'll go ahead and give you the prompt for today. The action step, even though we're not quite there, we still have a little bit more to do. But as you are writing today, here's what I want you to think about. List 3 patterns you now see clearly from your past, right? You know how they say hindsight is 20/20. So what is your hindsight telling you now about the patterns that you saw then? The patterns that maybe you ignored, the patterns that maybe you dismissed, the patterns that you probably minimized a little bit because you thought, maybe they're not really patterns. But now you see clearly what those patterns are. So today when you write, think about those things. If you need that writing prompt, that's one good one for you. Okay, let me go ahead and get this timer started. I'll go ahead and get our music started. Make sure that you have your supplies together. If you're new here, we do 50 minutes of focused writing and 10 minutes of a movement break. I've been standing here and not even using my vibration plate, y'all. So y'all can see, sometimes I get a little absent mind. It's early, so I give myself a little bit of grace for that. All right, so we've got our music going now, and let me share the screen. And we're not going to do too much more talking. We've already done our meditation this morning. So I will see y'all back here in 50 minutes after this writing sprint. And then we'll take a 10-minute movement break, okay? Let's get started writing.
All right, y'all. How was it? How was that last session? I don't know if it was like a little rough for me to get started, but I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't quite ready yet. So, probably like for the first, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, I was like just trying to get myself organized and like get some other projects, off out of the way, like off my desk. So, the first few minutes, I mean, even though it was progress, I wasn't actually like writing and stuff. But again, like, I've said this before, like anything that moves you forward in your writing process, in your journey, then that counts. All of that stuff counts. See, I have a tendency to like think, oh man, I wasn't sitting here actively like writing, so was I really making progress? And like, yeah, you were. And even when you just get organized, you straighten up your desk, you kind of get things in a little bit of like a working order. That's progress, and that's working towards your writing goals. And so like don't dismiss that, don't minimize that. That's a big thing. I'm talking to myself at the same time I'm talking to y'all, because I mean, I just did the same thing. And I've been doing these live writing sessions. Like I've done these over the years. And I don't know, it just seems like this time though, it's like I'm a lot more focused and a lot more intentional about this time, about using this time wisely, about being consistent with it. So this hits different. But I've done the same thing in the past too, where it's like, dang, did I really accomplish what I wanted to during these sessions? So you should be up moving right now, y'all, okay? Put your pens down for a minute, just get up, move around a little bit. I'm on my vibration plate. If you guys don't have a vibration plate, like, I think it's pretty cool. You know, nobody's giving me a kickback for it, but I don't know. I think it does pretty good. To me, it helps with my fibromyalgia pain. It helps, like, I don't know, like loosen up my muscle tension and stuff like that. That's what it seems like it does for me. But, I'm not making any claims about it. I'm just saying that's what I've noticed. So if that's something that you deal with, you might want to think about getting you one too. Um, and I like just being able to stand here and like kind of just recap the previous 15-minute session and just kind of like, okay, what did I accomplish? Because then that's going to give me the momentum and the motivation for this next 50-minute sprint. So this next 50-minute sprint, I've already gotten the clutter and stuff out of the way. I went to our local office Max yesterday. They're going out of business, so they're closing. So they're having a closing sale. And a lot of the stuff is marked off. I think the maximum was like 50% off. It's like up to 50% off. Some stuff was like 10, 30, 40, 50% off. So it was a pretty good range. And surprisingly, like the store was like, a lot of stuff was already gone. Um, so I don't know. I was a little shocked by that. I thought it would be more stuff in there, but it wasn't. I even got some earbuds. I got some wireless earbuds. These were 40% off, and so I grabbed two of them. Because I like to I keep some. Well, I like to keep some earbuds in various places because I don't know. It seems like to me I always forget them at the time where I really need them. So maybe if I have like a pair in my car or something like that, and then like a pair in my pouch, in my fanny pack, or something like that, then maybe it'll be easier for me to like have them when I need them. And because they were so cheap, I was like, let me go ahead and just grab me a couple of these. And I wonder if my sons need one too. Maybe give them one. But anyway, so that's what's been going on here. So, like I said, if you guys are new, we do 50 minutes of focused writing, right? So 50-minute sprints, and then we do a 10-minute break, a movement break. So these breaks are not just like you just stop, and then just like you do nothing. You're supposed to be up and moving, because believe it or not, that really helps your creative flow. You would think that if I stop right now while I'm, in the middle of it, then it's going to interrupt my flow. And that might be the case sometimes. Like that might actually be true. But for these sessions, we want to be intentional about our movement breaks, we want to make sure that we stick to a schedule. Now, once these sessions are over, let's say, you've gotten some good motivation, you've got the momentum going, you're in your, you got your shoes, your flow and all that stuff. Keep going, keep going after these sessions are over with. And then you just decide when you're going to do your breaks. You can go to this channel, Million Reason, and go to their timers. They have a bunch of timers, y'all, like various time frames, and they even do these types of writing sprints the same way I do them, in intervals too, so you can continue with the same timer, but a lot of those timers have like music to them and stuff like that, so I don't want to run into a copyright issue. The music that you hear is from my own streaming service that I pay for, so I don't have to worry about any type of copyright issues because it's included in my subscription. So that's why I've avoided using any of the other timers. Now, granted, they may not be what I think they are, but I'm pretty sure they have music because they say it. So I just never even really tried. This is what works best for my sessions. So when you have your own sessions, you do what works best for you, okay? And then you guys, let me go ahead and put this QR code up for y'all so y'all can grab. Y'all saw me make my coffee a little while ago, so you can grab that coffee. It's right in my pharmacy store, and this one is the chicory mushroom blend coffee, I believe it is. I think we have about 2 or 3 different coffees that you can choose from, and so far I am loving the coffee. And y'all, I was previously never a coffee drinker. Like growing up, I couldn't even stand the smell of it. My mom was a big coffee drinker, and growing up, and so I used to smell it all the time, and just the smell of it would turn my stomach sometimes. But now, like, I love it myself. I'm more of a tea, a latte type person, but this mushroom coffee, this chicory blend coffee is good coffee, and it helps with other things too, so you're getting like some really good benefits from it. So make sure y'all go ahead and grab that. Also, y'all saw me use my glowy peptide lip balm, so make sure y'all grab some of that too. The glowy peptide lip balm is the bomb, okay? So make sure y'all grab that as well. And then of course, I always tell y'all about the paprika and chili balsam. I need to go ahead and put someone right now. Yesterday I went to the chiropractor, and y'all, the chiropractor is literally the only doctor I've ever been to that makes me feel better before I leave the office. Like I go in there and my back is tight. I had like some type of pinched nerve, like in my like it felt like the nerve was in my butt, like the middle of my butt cheek. on the right hand side, on the left hand side. That's always my problem, the left hand side. So I'm rubbing my paprika and chili balsam in right now, y'all. Got that on my hand right now. So I'm rubbing that right on into my hip. And it's a massage gel that helps with pain. So all you do is just rub it in. Let's just rub it right on in. And all I did was just pull my pants down a little bit. Hopefully y'all can't see too much. Okay. Don't see too much. And I'm standing here right on my vibration plate and rubbing in my paprika and chili balsam. Y'all see how simple this is? Just easy breezy. And then for this next 50-minute writing session, that paprika and chili balsam is going to really kick in and ease up that tension and stuff that I have in my back as I sit for these writing sprints. Okay. So make sure, y'all, that, my whole point is that you are taking care of your body at the same time. Because, while you are telling the truth, daughter, you have to realize that some of this stuff is going to show up in your body during these times. You may feel some tension. You may feel emotions, strong emotions. You may go through it and relive some of the trauma that you experienced as a child, because you're opening those old wounds, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that you have to be aware of, and that, you take some steps to kind of mitigate or ease those moments for you. Okay. Like, and maybe they're like episodes, like you have this just episode of like, kind of reliving the trauma, feeling it in your body, feeling like that stress or, the mental anguish or whatever. These movement breaks are going to really help you with that. Okay. So please do not neglect these movement breaks, and don't neglect like some really good products that'll really help your body and help your system to keep on going. Okay. So that's enough of that. And let's go ahead and get right on into this next writing session, y'all. We are not going to sit here and talk anymore. We've got writing to do, okay? So let's go ahead and get back started writing. All right, y'all. How do we do? How do we do, y'all? We did it. We did it. This is week 2, day 2, or week 1, official week 1, day 2. And we did that, y'all. Let me turn on this vibration plate. You should be up moving. This is our last movement break of this session. But I just want y'all to check in. Y'all check in the chat and let me know how was this session? How are the sessions doing for you? If you like the sessions, can you just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, hit the like, give me a heart, give me some type of sign that these are working for you, that these are good. Also, share these lives with another daughter. 6 a.m. Central Time, y'all. We will be here live in the lab, in the writing lab, okay? In the writing lab. So, yeah, make sure y'all let me know in the chat. Also, make sure y'all grab the Tell the Truth Daughter Part 1 manual. Make sure y'all grab that. It's in the bookstore. I just did a couple of updates to it, so I'll submit those updates in a little bit. Probably by tomorrow. I have those updates with the latest and greatest manual. So if you'd like to wait till tomorrow, to our session tomorrow, to grab your manual, that'll be fine too. They're very small changes, so it's not going to be too, it's not going to be much. In fact, if you get this one and it's not the latest and greatest, it's fine. You still have all the same information. It was just some minor structural changes that I made, a couple of wording changes that I made. That was it. Okay. Which that happens, sometimes your writing is a work in progress. Sometimes even after the fact, you'll see some things that maybe you missed in your rounds of edits. Writers will make several edits, several rounds, go through several rounds of edits and still miss something, because we're just human beings, which is why I always throw myself into the ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to do a review as well. I tell it to act as an editor, line editor, developmental, structural edits, all of that stuff, punctuation, grammar, sentence structure, conciseness, repetition, all of those things I have ChatGPT review my writings for, okay? So just to make sure, with all my human error, that at least, I have some type of a mitigation process to help catch those things I might miss, So that's what ChatGPT does for me, is help me capture what I missed, any blind spots I may have, anything that slipped through the cracks, anything that's not clear, anything that gets repeated, accidentally repeated. So that's what it does for me. So if you guys want something like some type of a lesson on ChatGPT and how it can help you with your writing, put that in the chat. Let me know. Send me a DM and let me know if you'd like for us to cover some of that during our movement breaks, during our intro, outro from these videos. That's when I want to get into some teaching, giving you guys some really good nuggets. This time that we're taking a break, a movement break, doesn't mean that we're just doing nothing. You know what I mean? We should be sharing our ideas amongst each other. You could put in a chat during that time what you're working on. If you have any questions, then that will be the time that I will address those. Okay, not during our 50-minute writing sprints. Those are silent writing sessions. Okay, we're not talking. We're not doing all this extra stuff. We're focused. Okay. But during the breaks, during our movement breaks, is when you can address any issues that you may have, any questions you have. And if you have some encouragement, y'all put encouragement in the chat too. There are other daughters here. We're not just on Facebook. I'm on 3 Facebook pages and 2 YouTube pages. We're on 5 different pages right now, y'all. So don't think that just because the people who you see watching or who are tuned in on the platform that you're on right now, that you're watching on, that doesn't mean that that's everybody. Okay, we've got daughters watching us across the board here. Okay, so there's people on here that you just can't see, but if you put something in the chat, they'll see that. Okay, and I can highlight that so that across the platforms, everybody will see, your words of encouragement, your motivations, what you're working on, so that you can, have other accountability partners too. So I'm your accountability partner, but there are other daughters that are in this group right now that can also be your accountability partner. Okay, so let's not neglect that, and make sure that you put what you're working on in the chat. Let yourself be seen, y'all. This is the time, all right? This is the time in the space. This is a safe space. Once you come over here, you're good. I got you, and you don't have to worry about anything over here. This is not any type of male bashing, any type of parent bashing. We don't bash people over here, okay? We just tell the truth, okay? That's all we do. We do that gracefully, you know what I mean? Just because we're telling the truth does not mean we have to be harsh or nasty, vindictive, or, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to get back, you know what I mean? We don't want our lick back, okay? We just want to live our lives. And part of that is telling the truth so that it doesn't eat us alive, okay? So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for y'all today. Make sure y'all like the video, share the video. We'll be back here in the morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. I will see y'all, okay? I love y'all, and remember, you are important to me. I need you to survive. Bye-bye for now.